Gentlelady from South Dakota, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Ranking Member Underwood, and members of this committee for giving me the honor of being before you today. As a former colleague of the House of Representatives, I recognize the important role that you play in oversight over the federal government and our agencies, and I'm grateful for the chance to come here and talk about all of the good work that the Department of Homeland Security has done, the employees and the people who walk alongside us each and every day to follow through on what President Trump has committed to the American people, and that is to make America safe again. Today, I'm very proud of the accomplishments that we've tackled, and we've delivered the most secure border in American history. At the southern border, we have obtained near total control with daily encounters now down over 93% since President Trump took office. March saw the lowest number of border encounters in recorded history in the history of the United States of America at just under 7,200. That means that there were days where we had less than 200 encounters, which again is the lowest in recorded history. Under the previous administration, U.S. Customs and Border Protection was at times encountering over 15,000 people a day, which mean efforts were diverted into processing and facilitating an invasion of our country instead of doing their jobs. This astonishing turnaround is a testament to the resolve and to the leadership of President Trump to make America safe again, and it is accomplished by the incredible work of the people of the department. The secure border has allowed the Border Patrol to zero in on cartels and their illicit activity, and President Trump has designated 6 different cartels and criminal gangs as foreign terrorist organizations. This has allowed us to use a whole-of-government approach to go after drug traffickers, human traffickers, and in March, fentanyl traffic at the border fell by 54% compared to the previous year. We are enforcing immigration laws to identify, to arrest, detain, and to remove dangerous illegal criminals out of our country. And we're prioritizing individuals that have committed crimes in our communities. Aliens are a threat to our public safety and to our national security, and especially those that are affiliated with terrorist organizations such as Tren de Aragua and MS-13. This includes those who have final orders of removal in place, are a priority for this administration. We've also worked with President Trump on his America First trade agenda through the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol actions and enforcement. The Biden administration hollowed out America's industrial base, and they shipped our jobs overseas. Well, President Trump is changing all of that. His actions are proving that tariffs are an effective negotiating tool to address trade imbalances. And in fact, companies are reshoring jobs here in America every single day. The Department of Homeland Security is reforming and rethinking federal improvement in our involvement in emergency response and management as well. President Trump recently announced new members to the FEMA Review Council, which I will co-chair with the Secretary of Defense. Now, this council is charged with fixing a broken system, and it is a system that will, when fixed, return power to state emergency management directors to make America safe again. And we're also taking steps to defend the nation's transportation systems, which are vulnerable to targets and attacks. The Transportation Security Administration is responsible for ensuring the security of all of those that travel. In a single day, there are over 45,000 flights and nearly 2.9 people travel on our airlines and our passengers in the United States. We're fulfilling our obligation to enforce and to launch Real ID in order to follow federal law that was enacted nearly 20 years ago. Validated IDs will secure travel, safeguard our elections, and make sure that we never experience and work to prevent a 9/11 attack again. As technology advances, so do the threats to our nation, and that's why cybersecurity is so crucial to our future. Countries like Communist China have both the capability and the intent to infiltrate and to potentially disrupt our critical infrastructure systems. The Homeland Security Department is responsible for 10 of the 16 different critical infrastructures. And despite these threats, the Biden administration instead used CISA to play politics and to police speech. Under President Trump, we've been working to get CISA back on mission and to make sure that they're focused on cybersecurity. Now, the Coast Guard is the only branch of our military and our U.S. Armed Forces that is under the umbrella of the Department of Homeland Security, and it has many different missions with specialized needs going forward. As we secure our southern border, the cartels have shifted their activities to our maritime borders, and the Coast Guard has already surpassed fiscal year 2024 in the amount of drug interdiction numbers that they have encountered, and they have also excelled at search and rescue and illegal interdiction. Since the Coast Guard is facing our greatest readiness crisis right now since World War II, we need to act to make sure they have the tools, training, and equipment that they need to be the tip of the spear in our national security response. We have a plan to reinvigorate the Coast Guard, and this is a critical component of our Homeland Security mission. Now, with Force Design 2028, which some of you may have heard about already, we will transform the Coast Guard into a more agile, capable, and a responsive force. And since I took office, one of the responsibilities that I have is reforming the Secret Service in the wake of the July 13th assassination attempt on President Trump. We have reassessed the Secret Service's needs. We've refocused recruitment away from what the Biden administration was prioritizing with DEI objectives, and instead bring people in with experience and with training that align with the agency's zero-fail mission. These accomplishments are just a portion, Mr. Chairman, of what the department has achieved in just 100 days. And with the support of this committee, we'll be able to make the department more efficient and more effective into the future. I want to thank Chairman Cole for his kind words. It has truly been one of my greatest honors to have been able to serve with him in his advocacy for the people in his district, but not just the people in his district, but the history to which he's represented the people of the United States. He's a true statesman that works across the aisle to come up with solutions. I'm so grateful for all of you, but I'm grateful for the people that work every day in the Department of Homeland Security. They are examples of bravery and dedication, patriotism, and perseverance. It's our responsibility to give them the resources that they need to meet the challenges of the day, to give them the training and equipment that they rely on to be successful for the American people. But we also have to remain accountable to the American taxpayer and make sure that we're spending money appropriately and where it should be spent to serve them the best. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I look forward to your questions.